Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Regular Girl Yoga. We're going to have a cat yoga session today. This is Mr. Bigglesworth. He might be joining. Our star of the show is Mr. Poof, who you guys have met before. He's currently on the mat waiting and ready. And I just wanted to let you guys know we're celebrating my birthday today. So it's going to be a little 20-minute yoga birthday celebration. All right, so you know what, since it's my birthday, I'll just do whatever the hell I want, and hopefully you're gonna like it. So here we go. So just come on down to your mat, wherever that may be, and if you have a cat with you, all the better. If you can find a spot that the cat is not sitting on, that's always a plus. Good. I'll just adjust the camera a little bit here. There we go. All right, so I want this practice to be, oh, sorry, Mr. Poof, a gratefulness, or a gratitude, I should say, a gratitude practice today. In particular, because I'm just so grateful for so many things, and as I come upon my 45th birthday, I am just feeling a sense of, I guess, gratitude for all of my friends, for my family, for all the animals I get to take care of, my nieces and nephews, who are not my blood relatives, but my chosen relatives. And yeah, just thankful for my friends and family, which I already said, but it needs to be said more than once. Okay, I don't want you digging your nails into my nice mat. All right, so let's take a few nice big deep breaths in. One of my favorite things to do to start a yoga class is just to do a little bit of a side stretch, a seated side stretch. So inhale, rise up your hands, let them float up, and then exhale. Just bring your right hand down and side bend over to the right. Or if you want to mirror me, that's fine too. Breathe into your side body, feeling your both butt cheeks on the ground. On the inhale, come on back up. Hands float up, look up, and exhale, come on over to the other side. You can look up towards your arm, opening your chest, opening your heart, stretching the side body. On the next inhale, come on up. So another one of my favorites is to do some neck rolls to start the practice off. If you've had a long day at work, or even just in the morning and you're just getting up, neck rolls are the best. They're the bomb. All right, so sitting up nice and straight, your shoulders are relaxed, your spine is straight and strong, shoulders are back. And just lean your right ear over to your right shoulder, or mirror me, whatever's easiest. Oh! Okay, well, sometimes it's relaxing with the cats and sometimes it's not. So just breathing into that stretch on the left side. And then you can roll your neck down, chin to chest, and ear to other shoulder. Hold here. Feel that nice stretch on the other side. And then just roll on down, chin to chest. I'm going really slow because I like that. Shoulder to the other side, or sorry, ear to the other shoulder. One more roll to the other side. So I'm gonna do all my favorite feel-good poses tonight, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for my birthday. All right, so come back to center. Ooh, all right, we gotta put child's pose in next. So just push on back to your hands and knees. stay there just for a second. And then take your bum and push it right back to your feet. Oh, that nice stretch through your lower back. You can widen your knees a little bit more if you want to do a really wide leg child's pose like I like to do. And then just reach your hands out to the front, forehead to the ground. Just letting your hips sink down to the ground. Your forehead gently resting on your mat. Getting a little bit of a massage at that third eye. Just breathe here. Are you stretching as well, Mr. Poof? Yeah. All right. When you're all finished that, come on up. Let's do another twist. One of my favorite twists. Bring your feet out in front of you, your legs out in front of you. Leave your left foot bent, and then swing your right foot over top your left knee. We're just going to go into a twist here. Both butt cheeks are on the ground. And then lifting your left hand to the sky, take your right hand back behind you, and then just take your left hand and hook it around your knee, just like that. A really nice assisted twist. Inhaling, growing tall, and exhaling, twisting a little bit more. Oh, that feels so good. I can even feel a stretch through my right butt cheek as well. That's why I love this one so much. And come on back to center. Bring your legs out straight in front of you for a second. And then you can switch sides. Bringing your left foot over top your right, setting it by your right knee, and bending your left leg. So you're like kind of in this pretzel, except the left knee is pointing to the sky. So just grow tall here in the spine. You're engaging your core here. This isn't kind of a passive pose. This is an active pose. So engaging your core. Left hand comes back to support you. Right arm reaches up to the sky. And then exhale towards the left. Inhale, growing tall. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. You can even take your head and your neck and just look back behind you. Awesome twist for the spine, for the digestive system, for detoxing. And then when you're ready, come on back to center. Good. Let's just take our feet out onto the mat and windshield wiper our legs back and forth. This one always feels good. Thanks for joining me, Mr. Poof. You are the best yoga cat ever. Yoga and cats. Cat yoga for my birthday. Couldn't ask for anything more. All right, let's give our hips a little bit more of a stretch. So hands just planted firmly behind you. Collarbone is wide, chest is lifted. Take your right foot and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Now you can make this pose a bit wider, or you can kind of be, you can make it smaller like I have it, but if you make it wider, it's going to be a little easier, just less of a stretch on your hip. If this bothers your knee at all, just let go of it. You can also flex your right foot just to keep your knee safe. And I like to kind of move back and forth just to get a bunch of different areas of my hip. All the while breathing in into my hips. Right, let's switch sides. So right foot comes down. Left ankle over right knee now. And then just make sure your left foot is active to protect your knee. this does hurt your knee, then just do something else. Back to child's pose or something like that. Core is engaged. And if you can't feel the stretch in your left hip and butt, then come closer. Good, so just scoot your hands up farther to your butt if you can't feel it. Okay, I'm gonna put my little bit back so that I can do my wiggle move here. So just kind of rocking back and forth. So not only are you getting a nice little massage on your hip, but you're getting into like different areas. Okay, so let that go when you're ready. I just cracked my knee, did you hear that? All right. Okay, Mr. Poof, it's not playtime, it's yoga time now. Okay. So come on over to hands and knees again. We're gonna get ready to push back into downward dog. So bringing your hands out in front of you, just a little ways, just past your shoulders a bit. And then inhaling and exhaling, just tighten through your core, your abs. Are you ready? Are you ready, Mr. Poof? We're gonna go there. And on the next inhale, push back into a downward dog. And if this is the morning time, and this is the first one of your day, you can just pedal out your feet, sway your hips side to side. Oh, Mr. Poof, you are such a good yoga partner. Mwah. All right, and breathe here. Inhale and exhale, letting your neck release and your hips, your calves. Good, and when you're done, come back down to your knees. And we're gonna go into a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. It's one of my favorites. So usually you go from downward dog into the lunge, but this is gonna be my favorite way to get into it because it's super easy. Just bring your right foot up to the top of the mat and you're in it. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So right knee's over right ankle. Chest is lifted. Crown is reaching towards the top of the ceiling. And then my favorite position is to clasp my hands so I can open up my chest, throat. Looking up, it's a little, just a tiny bit of a back bend. You can also feel this beautiful stretch through your left hip flexor, which is always tight for me. Good, and when you're finished that, bring your left hand down to the mat. Then we're gonna just do a little bit of a quad stretch and a twist. Guys, no fighting, come on. It's like kids. Taking your right hand and just reaching for your foot, your back foot. Grab on there. If this hurts your knee, just let go. And you can bring your right hand to your right knee and just do a bit of a twist. If you're okay and you want a nice deep quad stretch, then grab onto your heel and just feel your chest opening. So you've got so many great benefits here, hey? The twist is detoxing. And you're stretching your quad and your hip flexor and even your right glute to some extent. Good, and when you're finished that, let it go. And then we'll just come back on up to our knees. We're gonna go into a quick camel because camel is one of my faves. Camel is gonna be a beautiful chest throat opener. So if you're feeling like you want to extend a lot of love to yourself and love to the world, which I'm feeling like now, chest and heart openers are really great for that. All right, so just start off with your hips tucked. So your tailbone is tucked. core is engaged. And then you can take your right hand to your right foot. Actually, you know what? No, let's start right hand on waist, left hand on waist, and then just into a slight back bend here. So this is version 1, level 1. And so you can stay here and just breathe. Make sure your tail is touched, so you're protecting your lower spine or your tailbone down there. And then if you want to go to level 2, just reach your hands back to your heels and open up chest, heart, throat. If you want, you can let your head go. But if that hurts your neck, you can just leave it in line with your spine. Still feeling that really deep opening in the chest and the heart and the hip flexors actually as well. Hey, Mr. Poof, down. When you're ready to come out, make sure your core is engaged, and then hands can come to hips one at a time. Great, just sit down on your bum for a second, let that sink in. Feel all the love wash over your body and your soul and your mind, the love that you give towards yourself, the love that others have for you, and the love that you have for those around you. All right, let's do the counter pose. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's go into another child's. Knees can be apart or together, whatever you like. Just a quick child's pose to counteract the camel. Deep breath here and side out. When we open our heart, it can be a vulnerable thing. And so coming back into a child's pose and just protecting it again for a minute can be helpful if you feel too exposed. If your heart, if you feel like it's too open and too exposed, take a second to protect it again and then come back up and expose it again. Okay, so we're just practicing being vulnerable. It doesn't mean we have to all the time. We can have moments where we feel like it's okay to just be a bit stronger and more stoic, but it's a balance, right? All right, let's go to the other side for that low lunge. Just popping up into it, super easy. Left foot comes forward, right knee bent over your left foot comes forward, yep. Left knee is bent. And already if you're tucking your tailbone, you should feel a stretch in the right hip flexor now, on the right side. Good. Actually, I'm just gonna turn this way because when we do the twist, then I'll be facing you. All right. So whatever variation you like with your hands, you can float them up to the sky. You could do cactus arms. You could do Anjali Mudra at your heart. There's so many different things you could do. So many different variations. This is why yoga is never boring. All right. Okay, when you're finished that, bring your right hand down to the mat next to your left foot. And then if you want to open your quad to a great degree, you'll want to just reach back and bend your right foot at the same time. Catch a hold of your foot and stay there. You could even push your foot into your hand for that deeper stretch in your quad. Let's just breathe here. Relax your shoulders, opening your chest, opening your heart again. Practicing what it feels like to be open, to be vulnerable, to let others see you as you are, and to trust that they will continue to love you and to accept you, even when they see you as you are in your vulnerability. So let go of your right foot and come back to the floor. then just come on out of that. We'll come on up. I'm just gonna check to make sure the camera is still, yeah, we're rolling. All right. So let's wind down a little bit here. Let's come down to our mats. So we didn't do any standing poses in that series, but sometimes you don't have to do standing poses in order to feel invigorated, relaxed, open. Sometimes it can all be done kind of in sitting or just on your knees, right? So if standing poses are hard for you, then think about this sequence as being something you might want to come back to. All right, let's lay down on our mats. We're not quite in Shavasana, but we'll go there pretty soon. Let's do another twist. Twists are some of my favorite poses, especially when I'm feeling like I want to detox or reset. When like a new chapter is opening, so for example, the 45th year of my life is opening. So let's get rid of some of the toxins that are still in my body, and just some of the emotional toxins as well can come out while we're in twists. So bring your knees up and hug them into your chest for a moment. And then your arms can come to a T. I'm against the wall, so that's not quite happening. And then slowly release your knees to the right or whatever way you want to go. Oh, yeah. While your hand is reaching out to the other way. I can't reach mine out, so I can do cactus arms. And then just breathe into that twist. Feeling as your digestive system goes to work for you. Feeling as the events of the year or of the day are washed away, and we reset with this twist. So letting go of toxicity and negativity, letting go of resentful thoughts, and just coming into gratitude. The one time that you can never feel resentful is if you're feeling gratitude. So bringing your knees back up, and then we're just gonna go to the other side. I gotta move over a bit. So let your knees fall to the opposite side. Stretching your arms into a T. You can look over the other shoulder. Just feel that whole body twist. Just feel everything that's not serving you gently washing away. And just say to yourself, I am grateful for, and fill in the blank. I am grateful for Mr. Poop, who does yoga with me. I'm grateful for the French fries that are in the oven right now that I'm going to get to eat after this. I'm grateful that whoever's watching me right now and has watched to the end of the video and is practicing, I'm so grateful for you. All right, let's bring our knees up. And let's just stretch out long. Feet are nice and relaxed. Shoulders tucked under. And we'll take a little Shavasana to close off the practice. So take a nice deep breath in. And sigh it out. thank yourself for taking the time to give yourself this gift of yoga. Your body benefits every time you're on the mat. And every time you practice yoga off the mat, right? So if you practice the 8 limbs or the principles of yoga, then you're practicing yoga off the mat too. Just take a couple more breaths, feeling your body at ease, relaxed. Everything is okay in this moment. Maybe think about another thing you're grateful for. Even if it's just a thank you to yourself for doing this practice. And when you're ready, you can gently push yourself up however you want to do that. Ooh. Come on back to seated. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it out. Bring your hands to your heart. And namaste. Thank you so much for doing my birthday practice with me. Have a wonderful night or day. Namaste.